Have you ever found yourself in a season where your prayers seem to bounce off the ceiling? Where the heavens feel like brass, and God's voice, once so clear, has become nothing but an echo of memory? You're not alone. Every believer, at some point in their journey, walks through the valley of divine silence. But here's a truth that will transform your perspective. When God seems silent, He's not absent. He's orchestrating something magnificent behind the scenes. Hawks, the illusion of silence. We live in a world of instant gratification. We send a text and expect an immediate reply. We post on social media and wait for likes and comments within minutes. We've become conditioned to believe that silence equals absence, that delayed response means disinterest. But God doesn't operate on our timeline, and His silence is never what it appears to be. Think about a master conductor leading a symphony. There are moments in the most beautiful compositions where the conductor raises his hand and all instruments fall silent. The audience holds its breath. Is the performance over? Has something gone wrong? No. That silence is intentional, strategic, and essential to the power of what comes next. When the music resumes, it hits with greater impact because of the silence that preceded it. This is how God works in your life. The silence you're experiencing isn't abandonment. It's preparation. It's the deep breath before the breakthrough. It's the pause that makes the next chapter of your story so much more powerful. When Abraham waited in the shadows. Consider Abraham, the father of faith. God promised him a son, a promise so significant that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars. But after that promise was spoken, years of silence followed. Not 1 year, not 2 years. Decades passed with nothing but crickets from heaven. Can you imagine Abraham's internal struggle? Every month that passed without conception. Every birthday that reminded him he was growing older. Every well-meaning friend who might have asked, "So, any news yet?" The silence must have been deafening. The doubt must have crept in like morning fog, thick and disorienting. But here's what Abraham couldn't see. During those years of silence, God was working. He was positioning nations. He was arranging circumstances. He was preparing Sarah's body for a miracle that would defy nature. He was building Abraham's faith to a level that could sustain the weight of the promise. The silence wasn't emptiness. It was incubation. When Isaac finally arrived, he didn't just fulfill a personal promise to one couple. He became a pivot point in human history. Through Isaac's lineage came the nation of Israel, and ultimately, the Messiah. God's silence wasn't indifference. It was the patient work of a master architect, building something that would echo through eternity. The hidden workshop of your breakthrough. Right now, while you're reading these words, God is working on your behalf in ways you cannot see. He's moving pieces on a chessboard that spans beyond your field of vision. He's opening doors in buildings you haven't approached yet. He's softening hearts that currently seem hardened against you. He's orchestrating conversations between people who don't even know your name, but will play crucial roles in your destiny. The prophet Isaiah captured this beautifully. "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." God sees the entire landscape of your life, from beginning to end. He knows the job you need before you see the posting. He understands the relationship you require before you meet the person. He recognizes the lesson you must learn before you face the test. His silence doesn't mean he's checked out. It means he's working at a level that transcends your current understanding. Think of a farmer who plants seeds. After he buries them in the soil, what happens? Silence. He can't see the seed splitting open underground. He can't watch the roots pushing down or the first tender shoot reaching upward. For days or weeks, there's nothing visible happening. But beneath the surface, in the darkness and silence of the soil, life is exploding with activity. Your breakthrough is germinating in the silence. The very thing you've been praying for is developing roots in the hidden places. And when it finally breaks through the surface, it will come with a strength that could only have been developed in the darkness. Joseph's prison, a shadow school. Joseph's story is perhaps one of the most powerful illustrations of God's work in the shadows. This young man had dreams, literal, God-given dreams about his future greatness. He saw himself as a leader, with even his family bowing before him. The dreams were vivid, clear, and undeniably from God. But then came the silence. Years of it. First he was thrown into a pit by his jealous brothers, then sold into slavery. Just when things seemed to improve in Potiphar's house, false accusations landed him in prison. And there he sat, day after day, month after month, year after year. The dreams seemed like distant memories, perhaps even cruel jokes. Where was God during Joseph's prison years? Was he silent because he didn't care? Had he forgotten the young dreamer? Absolutely not. God was developing in Joseph what could never be built in a day. He was forging a character that could handle the weight of a nation's food supply. He was creating humility in someone who could have easily become arrogant with early success. He was building patience, wisdom, discernment, and administrative skills. The prison wasn't punishment. It was preparation. The silence wasn't absence. It was active development. And when Pharaoh's dream created the need for Joseph's gift, everything God had been building in the shadows emerged into the light. Joseph didn't just get promoted. He saved nations from starvation and preserved the lineage through which the Messiah would eventually come. Your current situation might feel like a prison. The silence might feel like isolation. But what if it's actually your shadow school? What if God is developing in you exactly what you'll need for the breakthrough that's coming? Science of transformation. Nature teaches us that the most profound transformations happen in silence and darkness. A caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly in the spotlight. It crawls into a cocoon, into complete darkness and isolation. Inside that cocoon, something remarkable happens. The caterpillar essentially dissolves into a soup of cells before reorganizing into an entirely new creature. If that caterpillar could talk during the cocoon stage, it might say, "God, where are you? I can't see anything. I don't understand what's happening. Everything I was is falling apart." But God would respond, "I'm right here, transforming you into what you're meant to be." The darkness is necessary. The silence is essential. Trust the process. When you can't trace God's hand, trust His heart. His silence in your life right now might be because He's doing a transformation so profound that it requires complete darkness. He's not punishing you. He's preparing you for flight. The prayer that changes everything. So what do you do in the silence? How do you respond when God seems a million miles away? First, keep praying. Don't let the silence convince you to stop talking to him. Your prayers are not bouncing off the ceiling. They're being heard, collected, and answered in ways and times you don't yet understand. The book of Revelation describes our prayers as incense before God's throne, perpetually rising, perpetually noticed, perpetually valued. Second, keep praising. This might seem counterintuitive. How can you praise when you can't see what God is doing? But that's precisely when praise is most powerful. Praise in the silence is an act of defiant faith. It's declaring that God is good, even when you can't see his goodness. It's affirming his faithfulness, even when you can't trace his hand. Third, keep preparing. Use this season to develop yourself. Read books, build skills, strengthen relationships, take care of your health, deepen your character. God might be silent about the specific breakthrough you're waiting for, because he wants you to focus on becoming the person who can sustain that breakthrough when it arrives. Fourth, keep serving. One of the enemy's favorite tactics during silent seasons is to isolate you, to make you so focused on your own situation that you withdraw from others. Don't fall for it. Continue serving people. Continue being generous. Continue showing up in your community. Often, the breakthrough you're seeking comes through the door of service you're rendering to someone else. The testimony waiting to be born. Your current silent season is actually the first half of an incredible testimony. One day, you'll sit across from someone who's going through exactly what you're experiencing now. They'll feel alone, abandoned, and hopeless. And you'll be able to look them in the eye and say, "I know exactly how you feel. Let me tell you what God did for me." But you can't testify about a breakthrough you haven't experienced. You can't encourage someone through a valley you never walked through. God is allowing this season in your life not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of everyone who will need your testimony in the future. The silence you're experiencing is being woven into a story of faithfulness that will strengthen others for generations. The breakthrough that's coming won't just change your life. It will become a beacon of hope for countless others who are tempted to give up. The shadows are temporary. Here's what you need to remember. Shadows only exist because there's a light source. If you're in a shadow season, it means the light is still shining, even if you can't see it directly. The shadow is proof of the light's existence, not evidence of its absence. Moreover, shadows shift. The earth rotates. The sun's position changes. What's in shadow now will be in light soon. Your current situation isn't permanent. The silence won't last forever. The breakthrough is coming, and it's going to be worth the wait. God hasn't forgotten you. He hasn't abandoned you. He hasn't lost interest in your story. He's working in the shadows, orchestrating a breakthrough so magnificent that it requires this season of preparation. Every prayer you've prayed is on his desk. Every tear you've cried is in his bottle. Every sleepless night you've endured is noted in his book. Your breakthrough is being assembled. Right now, at this very moment, your breakthrough is being assembled. All the pieces are being brought together. The people are being positioned. The circumstances are being arranged. The timing is being perfected. And when it all comes together, you won't just see God's hand, you'll see his masterpiece. The silence isn't the absence of God. It's the sound of him working. It's the quiet concentration of a master craftsman shaping your future. It's the focused intensity of a father who loves you too much to give you something you're not ready to receive. So hold on. Stay faithful. Keep believing. Your breakthrough isn't just coming. It's already in motion. God is working in the shadows. And when He brings what He's been building into the light, it will exceed your expectations, answer more than your prayers, and position you for a future you couldn't have imagined. The silence is about to break. The shadows are about to shift. And the breakthrough God has been orchestrating behind the scenes is about to step into your reality. Get ready. Your season of waiting is about to become your season of witnessing God's faithfulness in ways that will leave you speechless. If this message encouraged you today, please follow our channel for more inspirational content. Don't forget to like this post and share it with someone who needs to hear that God is working in their shadows too. Your share might be the breakthrough encouragement someone desperately needs today. Together, we can remind each other that God's silence is never His absence. It's His preparation for something beautiful.